Well, hello, my wonderful hive, and welcome to my latest video. As you can tell, I'm still not feeling great, so bear with me here. It's taken a little bit for me to get the energy to come up and say hello and check in with everybody, but I wanted to do that, and I'm excited to be back on here and chatting with you guys because it's certainly been a while. And yeah, we have a lot to talk about. And just a heads up and warning and full disclosure here, everything that's gone on the past week, like, being as sick as I have been, um, it's kind of just made me, taking a step back from YouTube, it's made me realize that a lot of this stuff isn't really important in the grand scheme of things. And I really just don't care anymore. And I'm not gonna, hold back or, not say how I feel or, sugarcoat anything because, what's the point? There's no point in doing that. So I apologize if anything that I say comes off as aggressive or abrasive or, hurts your feelings or any of those things. But, it is what it is. And that's how we're going to be doing things. Because in the grand scheme of things, it's not that important. And I'm just going to speak my truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me, God, or whatever higher power exists for you. So without further ado, let's get this video started.
And now, the moment you've all been waiting for. The royal hostess with the mostest. The queen bee with the money, honey.
B+.
That's right. And it's time you all bow to the real queen bee.
Here comes the most beautiful bee in the universe.
You're stealing all the bees just because you're jealous?
No, that's just a bonus. My actual plan is to capture all the queens. Their hives will then have no choice but to follow me.
All right, welcome back, my wonderful hive. And like that video said, of course, hit that thumbs up button. And if you have not subscribed to me, please consider hitting that subscribe button. I will be coming on here more frequently soon as I used to. Obviously, I have been sick, as you can probably still hear in my voice. I did take some cold medicine, so I'm hoping I'm not as congested. I'm kind of shocked that I'm still congested after a week, but you know, like I said though, this past week, it's just made me realize just how petty a lot of the stuff that's gone on here is and how stupid it is to care what other people think and care about anything like that. It's stupid. And, I have a lot of thoughts on stuff that I've seen and stuff that, has rubbed me the wrong way. On top of that, I wanted to talk a little bit about my thoughts on the Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard goings on. And I also wanted to give folks an opportunity to um, kind of, well, I'll go into that in a little bit. Technically, my dogs are being really distracting. I'm so sorry. And yeah, because basically, I wanted to offer you guys an opportunity to, there's always going to be a 6 degrees of separation, and that's certainly true for me. If there's any Johnny Depp fans here that are subscribers of mine, and I want to make it clear, I'm not using this as a self promotion or marketing tool. I'm not doing this to gain subscribers or whatever. Um, no, that's not what this is. Like, I don't really care if you're subscribed to me or not. If you want to participate, but basically, what I'm trying to say is there's like a 6 degrees of separation. Now, I obviously don't know Johnny Depp clearly. As far as anyone else is concerned on here, I'm just a nobody on the internet. Um, but behind the scenes, what people don't know is that, well, I myself might be a nobody. I, do work um, for some big names. I do marketing. I think I've talked about that before. Right now, the probably like my claim to fame, quote unquote, my biggest client. I have an NDA. I can't disclose to you who it is, but um, it's a internationally touring band that sells out stadiums all over the world. So, they're a big name. And the guy who is technically my boss, he's very involved in the marketing and he basically he does not just the band, but There's two of the singer and one of the guitarists have their like side projects and stuff like that. And art ventures and whatnot, and does the marketing and stuff for that as well. Also does custom instruments, and he does a lot of stuff, really cool stuff. And he's a name that obviously people can fact check if they want to at some point. But long story short, he also is one of his other clients is Johnny Depp and his band, and basically does the marketing PR work in a particular country over in Europe, which I'm trying to keep this on a need to know basis. Not that it's that big a deal, because it's not. But I haven't seen anyone else talking about this, so I don't think that it's been like made public per se. But what my proposal is here, and what I've been told that I can do is, if you're a Johnny Depp fan, if you want to share your well wishes with him, I have a way you can do that. And like I said, this guy who's my boss, they're actually quite close. They see each other a lot. They talk, obviously, because this is one of his clients for Johnny Depp's band, Hollywood Vampires. Um, so, so that's my 6 degrees of separation. But he has been so kind as to basically, if you want to send a postcard, and it has to be a postcard. He's not accepting anything else besides just postcards, as far as I know. He's going to be seeing Johnny in July, and is allowing, if you would like to send a postcard, it will go directly to Johnny. And I think the goal is to use it as a marketing thing. So, he will be going through them on like a live. So if you would like to participate in that, please shoot me an email and I can give you the address. The address also, like, I'm trying to do this as professionally as possible because I want you guys, it does go to the business of the marketing firm. But, it's supposed to be a cool thing. So basically, this guy who is my boss, who I know obviously is, it's got to be a postcard. It's got to be a postcard. You can pick whatever postcard you want. You can have it be a picture of your face. It really doesn't matter. And I will send you the address to send it to. And it, the deadline, I think he said that he would like everything in by is the end of June. So, because he's seeing Johnny in the beginning of July, which also means if any of you guys are Hollywood Vampires fans, what that tells me, if he's saying that he's going to be seeing him in July, what that tells me is that his band might be playing in this country in July. So just know that you will be sending this to a country in Europe. Like, I'm being hush hush about it just because I don't want to put this out there. I'm technically not sure if I'm even supposed to be repeating this yet, but it is kind of like a marketing campaign. But he will be going through these postcards live. So if you want yours to be included in that, I can make that happen. So send me an email. It's bplus44@gmail.com. I will be checking that frequently, just because that's something that's kind of time pressing, like time constraints. So in order to get that to Johnny, and I'm not kidding with this. Like, when I heard that he's doing this for one of the campaigns, he did something similar with the band that I work for a couple years ago, probably in, I think I'd say 2017. But when I heard he was doing this for Johnny, I was like, oh my god, because like they see each other whenever he's in in that country, and his Instagramming, it's public. I mean, you'll see his name when I send you the address. It's full of pictures of them together. And he's a cool guy. He's definitely been very helpful, and I'm very grateful to him for letting me be on the team for this other band. Obviously, I don't do work for Johnny or his band. That's not one of my clients or one of the things I work on. But because I know about this, I wanted to give you guys first dibs on it if you'd like. Like I said, it's got to be a postcard. I don't really think you need to do anything special to send it to another country. I think really all it needs is postage. But if you want to send that in, that's great. I actually am trying to figure out what kind of postcard I want to send. But enough about that. I'll address that in a little bit. I don't know how long I'll be able to be on here. It kind of hurts to talk still. what else I want to talk about today? Let's see. I think let's start off where we left off. So where we left off was, I obviously have started going to, the chat rooms that I enjoy, the channels that I like, the creators that I like. And when I started doing that, I started getting a lot of messages, a lot of comments, a lot of people saying that they were disappointed in me for my choice that I, like Granny's watching. And not to, my last video was promoting her, or not promoting her, I don't know, supporting her, and they didn't like that. And, a lot of people had some really not so nice things to say about that. A lot of people trying to get in my head, trying to make me paranoid, trying to make me think that, nothing, people are using me. And I really, firstly, I really, I'm a smart person. I'm probably one of the smarter people you'll meet. I can usually gauge people pretty well. And I know people will be like, well, Emma, you supported Dorothy at first. And, truth is that, if I don't know people and I don't know the players and the dynamics, I sometimes can get sucked into things. But I've been around here long enough that I know the players in the game here. I see people for who they are at this point. Um, and it turns out I've been right about a lot of them, huh? I mean, let's be honest. Turns out that I've been right about a few people that people were like, no, that person's not like that. Um, but it turns out they are. So, I want to make it very clear that people like to use that morality high ground, and this is where I think I might rub people the wrong way, and I really don't care at this point. Like if this rubs you the wrong way, there's probably a reason for it. Um, a lot of people they like to sit in these chat rooms and pretend that they're all morally superior and all that they're somehow better than everybody else, and that they somehow are like the what's the word, harbinger of change in this community. And these people sit up on these high horses. Well, good luck when it's gonna hurt like hell when you fall off that high horse of yours. It's an awfully high horse. Be a shame if you fell off it. Um, when you're no better than anybody else here. Nobody here is morally perfect or even good. I mean, there's a lot of fucked up behavior on here. There's a lot of you know people that treat each other pretty shitty. Um, I'll acknowledge that, and I really, that's just how it is on here. And I'm really also tired of the people that are like, well, we just want peace. Fuck that. This community doesn't want peace. We want peace, says the community that never shows up. When a creator's talking about anything but drama. Are you guys the same people? Like, pretty sure you guys are the same folks that don't show up. If so, don't let's be honest with ourselves. Let's take a full inventory of what's really going on. I don't really know why people like to parrot that when that couldn't be further from the truth. And people need to be honest with themselves. I mean, I'm sure there are people that genuinely are like that. I'm sure there are. But it's not a lot of like a lot of you guys that say it. You guys are participating in it. You're participating in it. I see it with my own eyes. Y'all can pretend that you don't all you want, but you're just lying. Maybe you're actually delusional, or you're just lying to yourself, or I don't know. You've been in an echo chamber so long you don't see it. Um, but at this point, like I'm not ashamed of where I go. I don't care. If you can't like me as a creator or as a person because I support X, Y, or Z, then I don't know what to tell you at this point. Like, what I've learned this past week is that, YouTube isn't that important to me. Like, is it great to have the success on here? Yeah, it absolutely is. Like, I'm grateful for all of that. And I was hoping that, I could keep that going, but it's been made very clear to me that, um, maybe it's just not meant to be, for me. And I don't think that means I'm not going to be on here. I'm still going to come on here. I'm still going to try my best. I'm still going to do what I do. But, clearly, people are just really stuck in how they want to see things. And later on down the line, if people open their eyes, I'll welcome people. But, at this point, I just don't, I don't feel like there's many people that um, can see what I do. And it's frustrating. Um, And I know it sounds really sad for me, a 33-year-old, to come on here and say that YouTube has become a really great source of comfort and support and camaraderie for me, um, that I don't really have going on in my real life at present time. It's been a great distraction from some of the stuff that I've been dealing with, and not having that for the past couple weeks has been pretty detrimental. Because I appreciate the community that I have. I love interacting with everybody. I consider many of you my friends. Um, but what I don't like is I don't like people that are trying to take advantage of my kindness or to manipulate me. And I see it. And just because I don't call you out on it doesn't mean I don't see it. Like, I don't know what's helpful about telling me that somebody doesn't like me. Like, okay, what is your purpose for telling me that? Or that somebody's using me, or that somebody's plotting to, you know, um, turn on me. So I need to be careful about what I tell them. Because it's so funny how that works. Because usually the person that tells me that, the person that they're warning me about, has told me the same thing about them. So it's like, it's crazy. And I don't know why people can't just leave things be. I don't know why people have to get so upset about that. Like, I'm sorry. I know a lot of people don't like certain creators in this community. I understand that. Granny's watching isn't everybody's cup of tea, I guess. But, she and I talked. I did speak with her privately. And, I have no issue with her. I don't, life's too short to sit on here and have grudges with people about bullshit, petty nonsense on the internet. I like her. She and I actually have quite a bit in common. And, I mean, what she does on her channel is that's her business and that's her right to do as a channel owner. And, do I have to agree with all of it? No, I don't. But honestly, at this point in time, I really don't have an issue with any of it. And I'm not going to pretend that I do. Um, and I like her. I like her as a person. So I really, if that bothers you that much, then I'm sorry. I don't like a lot of the people you support, but I would never treat anybody any differently. And I would certainly never try to, you know, make things weird. Um, I feel like a lot of people have said that they're disappointed in me, that, but I don't want to force myself to, only be in chat rooms and only watch creators that I quite frankly think are boring as fuck, and I don't really like them. I'm not going to force myself to be part of a community of people I don't like. I don't want to surround myself with people that I don't like. YouTube is entertainment, so if you're boring as fuck, in my eyes, then why would I want to be a part of that? I wouldn't. Like, and I'm not going to force myself into that either. It's stupid. What I appreciate in people is self awareness. If you know, like, if you know you're an asshole, you're, a piece of shit sometimes, own it. Don't come on here and, preach your morality and pretend to be all of these things that are, when you're no better than anybody else and you just refuse to even like see it or admit it. And for whatever reason, like, it's disturbing, honestly. It really is disturbing. It's unbelievable. Um, and I'm not gonna be nice about it anymore. I'm not. I don't know enough about what's gone on. I haven't caught up. I really haven't been on YouTube at all, so I don't know the specifics and the ins and outs of, everything. So I'm not using names at this current moment because I'm not actually sure um, who has done what in this situation. But I'm just gonna put it this way: is that it's people that are trying to, preach their morality and, why can't everybody just get along? Well, first of all, no, no, the people who preach that are the big drama queens on here. And I don't know why it's so hard for them to see that for themselves. Like, obviously, that they do drama for the same reasons everybody else does. It's because this community wants drama. That, like, none of y'all show up if anybody does anything else. Um, so can't be the same people that. It doesn't make sense, guys. Make that make sense. It doesn't fucking make sense. And even some of you don't show up to that shit. So don't even miss me with that. Um, what else have I seen? Well, I also saw that Kelly the Advocate has broken away from Natasha or whatever. I also want to make it very clear that just because somebody dislikes the same person as I do does not mean that I am suddenly going to be friends with them. I have no desire to be friends with Kelly. Um, None whatsoever. Um, because, like I said, I mean, while what she says about Dorothy, while she has some good points about Dorothy, Dorothy also had some good points about her. Um, when I listened to her, she was kind of like, posturing, and it was like almost like over dramatizing posturing, trying to sound tough and trying to sound all dramatic. And it felt really forced. It's like, girl, I don't believe that you have like an aggressive bone in your body, and then you're like threatening, like you don't know what crazy is. I can be crazy. It felt really forced, and I mean, I know you script your shit, so maybe it was scripted too. Maybe that was the problem, but it wasn't natural for her at all. And I haven't been listening to her about from the stuff that she's done since she's kind of been supporting Natasha. I mean, I can't get behind that. The thing that she did to Jess wasn't okay. And her like gross misperceptions of our legal system and the laws, and it it's borderline dangerous. Her getting people riled up over things that aren't the truth or real. Um, and Dorothy does have some good points about her, and always has. I mean, I'm seeing it now. I mean, granted, Dorothy is a whole other. Dorothy's just delusional, and you know, I, whew, I have a lot to say about her. I got some clips of her recently that I was just dying laughing because it was like, this can't be the same person. Like, she's talking about herself, like, talk about lack of self awareness. As for the whole Natasha thing, that's just like sad and pathetic in my mind. I've actually been spending a fair amount of time on Twitter. I didn't do Twitter prior, um, but I, just for kicks, looked up the whole Natasha shit. And dude, some of you people are fucking pathetic. Get a fucking life. Like, I'm not. I can't. Like, I wish I had uploaded this shit, guys. I really do. Maybe I can read some of these. Some of the tweets that they're tweeting Team YouTube, and I'm just imagining in my head, Team YouTube is laughing their fucking asses off at you people because they're like, look at these dumb fucks, these pathetic fucks sitting here, like, tweeting about harassment, and their examples of harassment are like the stupidest shit I've ever seen in my life. Let me see some of this. Yes, harassment of Natasha Cooper. You know, guys, apparently this is harassment, okay? And this is literally, they're not voice clips, they're screenshots. Somebody wrote, somebody by the name of Rocket Man 2.0, I don't know whose live this is, I have no idea, wrote, "You are ban evading, your chubby butt don't care." That's not harassment. You're allowed to say those things. Like, there's no law that you can't say that. That's not harassment. She is ban evading. It's the truth. End of story. Next. Ban evasion. You can't just give up. This is so desperate. At YouTube support hashtag ban evasion. That's not harassment. That's the truth. She is ban evading, and YouTube should be alerted to that. Sorry, not sorry. Next. Report it again, Natasha. God, you're so desperate. It's shameful. At least show some humility if you are here. You're acting like a child with that fake laugh. Apparently, guys, that's harassment. Apparently. And then somebody else says, only viruses, Natasha. Guess she didn't get the memo that YouTube broke up with her. Guys, I guess that's harassment too. I'm embarrassed for you, Natasha. What about your subs that deleted YouTube in solidarity? That's so fucking pathetic. You fucking losers. You are losing people left and right simply because all you truly care about is yourself. Facts. Apparently, guys, that is severe harassment that Team YouTube needs to look into. Are you guys fucking kidding me? You think that's harassment, and you don't think what Natasha does is harassment? Are you guys like? I have no words for that. I have no words that I'm allowed to say on here. Um, wow, wow. Wow. That's all I can say to that. Guys, if that's harassment, then geez, they fucking snowflakes. I'm sorry if I'm swearing a lot. I just don't fucking care anymore. Like, I'm so fucking sick of this. I'm so fucking sick of these people that are like on their, like, sanctimonious high horses. these people that like think that they're, morally superior when they're, or like, even intellectually superior when they're not. When they're not, they're dumb as fuck. Um, sorry, not sorry. Like, everyone's thinking it. But that's not harassment. Like, in what world is that harassment? No, what the harassment is I wish I could play my own video here where I highlight all of the things that Natasha has done. That has actually that's actual harassment, and Natasha isn't supposed to be here. YouTube, Team YouTube on Twitter has said that. Now she deleted that entire thread because Crafton and Kim called her out on that and was like, "Hey, YouTube even said that yeah, you're not supposed to be here because you've been ban evading." Um, and she was called out, and then of course, it was like an hour after YouTube, not YouTube, Crafton and Kim posted that. She wrote a response and said, "Thank you for speaking to me privately." It's like, how convenient that that was written right after Crafton and Kim, exposed you. Like, that's not a coincidence. She's trying to cover her bases, and then she deleted it. Like, she's not, the channel that she got back, I would be willing to bet my entire life savings, my trust fund, yeah, everything that I own, that that's under somebody else's name, because she's not supposed to be here, and YouTube isn't gonna fuck around with her. Like, it's, I promise you guys that that's what's going on here. And you know, I've been kind of venturing out into different communities of YouTube that are not even drama, but I've consulted with a few people that would know what they're talking about on this, and they all have come to the same conclusion. If you can't see that, then you're just an idiot, and whatever. Live under a rock. Um, Stay there, seriously. But yeah, there's a bunch of like really pathetic, desperate weirdos that are tweeting Team YouTube about Natasha, and the timing. Like, I have screenshots of all of this happening in real time, and you can see that Natasha didn't bother to respond to that until Crafton and Kim exposed her, and then she responds to it with this random response. And then before Team YouTube could be like, "What the fuck is this woman talking about?" she deletes the whole thing. Like, if you guys can't see that she's manipulating you, then I don't know what to say anymore. Like, you guys deserve each other then. I'm not here to save anybody anymore. I don't feel bad about it, whatever. Like, if you're too blind to see that, if you don't want to see that, if you want to be too ignorant, you want to say that what I just read off is harassment, like, y'all call us the snowflakes. Like, I'm sorry. Did she hurt? Did people hurt your feelings, or they commented, exercise their free speech? Um, I think. Oh my God, these people are so stupid. They're so fucking stupid. Um, and I'm so sick of it. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of like humoring people. I'm tired of not talking about things because I don't want to hurt people's feelings. I'm really tired of it, and that goes for everybody. Um, Clearly it doesn't matter what I do on here. It really doesn't. People were that upset about me supporting Granny's watching. So the amount of backlash that I got for that is truly disgusting. Um, you know, who I associate myself with is none of your business. Um, and I appreciate everybody that supports me, and I don't care who you support. I really don't. I'm not going to treat you differently because you support somebody else. If you like me for my personality, if you like the content that I bring, then like me, okay? Like, where I go for my support system, where I go, where I feel that I'm welcome and that I can chat and where I make connections, like, how dare you want to take that away from me? Um, I, I would never do that to somebody else. Uh, and I'm really surprised at some of the people that I've received backlash from. I'm not forcing you to like anybody. You don't have to like the same people as me. That's just how the world works. I mean, we're all not going to like the same things. And I don't mean to be aggressive or like come off as, that's not my intention. I appreciate everybody that supports me. I've been very clear about that. I've always been so grateful. I didn't think anybody would want to listen to me or, subscribe to me or anything on here. And, it's definitely been a slow journey and it's definitely been frustrating. And I've at times felt like I didn't want to do this anymore, recently being one of them. Because it seems that no matter what I do, you know, people just I can't make everybody happy. Um, and I'm not even gonna try. Like, I don't even look at my subscriber count because it just depresses me. I don't look at anything. Like, I don't even care anymore. Like, I've worked hard to, on the content that I've put out, and yes, I have worked hard because I do make content, and content is time consuming. I have a lot of content that I need to upload that I've kind of been working on, and I've just been so sick. I haven't been able to do much of anything, um, at all, and I'm still exhausted. I'm still not feeling good. So it's going to be a while, but I will get back to good. Obviously, I've been bottling up this kind of, I don't want to say rage, but definitely like outrage, for sure. Um, I couldn't have prepared myself for the backlash that I received for my last video where I supported Granny's watching. It's really disgusting. I don't do that to other people, and the fact that somebody, and I'll be honest with you, if you really feel that strongly that you cannot support me because of somebody I'm friends with, then, maybe this isn't the place for you. And I'm going to respectfully, understand that, this, it's not meant to be. I'm not going to force anybody. I'm not going to change who I am or what I do for anybody. Um, and maybe someday when people start to see people's true colors and see it for how it is, and maybe you'll see things differently. But until then, like, I'm just gonna keep doing me. And there are very few places that I really even want to go anymore, um, because it's how bad it's gotten. That's how bad it's gotten. And also, it's like, there are people that, I'm sorry, I don't enjoy your channel. I don't like your channel. It doesn't interest me. It doesn't hold my attention, and that's my right. So if I don't show up there, then that might be it might not even have anything to do with me not liking you. I just might not like your content, and that's my right as well. I'm not going to apologize for that either. Just like you might not like my content, and that's fine. That's fine. I'm so tired of this petty bullshit. Um, I know you win more people with honey than you do vinegar, but I'm full of vinegar today. I've just been angry. Just There's a lot of just nonsense. It's just stupid. Um, and I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. And a lot of it I'm going to save until I know my facts and I can speak with certainty as to who and what and where. And there's one particular situation that I need to sleep on how I'm going to approach it. Because if I was to go on it now, I might handle it in a way that I regret. And this is one I kind of do have to not put on kid gloves, I guess, but handle with care before I go down this road. But I do intend to. As for what I saw, from Glenn, um, wow, he was somebody that I follow posted the link. I didn't know Natasha had a new channel, so I guess she's here again. So I clicked on it today, and Glenn was saying that he has no issue with women and blah blah blah. Glenn, this isn't the first time that we've had discussions about your treatment of women. Now, obviously, I am just to kind of tangent off here. I I went into the whole Johnny Depp Amber Heard thing neutral. Like I said, my boss knows him, and he is a client of my boss's, um, and I know that he speaks very highly of Johnny. I know that he really likes Johnny very much. He has been adamant from the get go that Johnny did not do these things. But I always took it as a grain of salt. I mean, I was like, I've never been like a super fan or anything like that. Like, I had no interest. I was like, okay, whatever. I think you guys know what I'm trying to say. It wasn't something I was like invested in, and I didn't even know who Amber Heard was. Um, and I wasn't even going to watch the trial, but I started to. So I did go into it rather neutral because I was like, I will hear both sides of the story because I'm not sure what happened. It's not something I knew very much about. I just knew that, Um, I don't want to. I'm so hesitant to use names with this because I'm not sure if I'm even supposed to be talking about it. I'm just gonna say my boss. Um, that he spoke very highly, always has. He's been working with Johnny since I met him, since I've been working for him. He's always been working for Johnny and Hollywood Vampires, so he's always been very adamant about that, and I've always listened, and I've been like, all right, whatever, that's cool. But I listened to the evidence, and I've heard the evidence that wasn't allowed to be brought into the courtroom. And I'm not sure how many of you actually heard the Australia tapes, the stuff that was suppressed by Amber's team. Like, there's no doubt in my mind that Amber um, did all of the things that she's accused of. Now, am I saying that Johnny was an angel? No, I think he had. I know a lot of people say he's sober, but I don't know if I believe that, honestly. And that's that. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm just saying a lot of people are like trying to paint him in this angelic light, and I just don't see that. But he's had a severe drug and alcohol problem, and cocaine's one hell of a drug. Um, what's been described of stuff, when he's on coke, is stuff that I'm quite familiar with, and I know exactly how that goes. Um, do I believe that, and that's not an excuse, but I don't think that he did, because, you had Amber up on the stand. She's like looking all at the jury, all creepy, looking right at them, trying to force herself to cry. And I've been through, I'm a survivor myself. Um, and something just didn't feel right about it. And a lot of people like, is Johnny a perfect victim? No, I don't think he is. I think that that he obviously was not always the best person to her, but she had no receipts of anything. Like, the pictures that she had were pictures that were proven to be the same picture through a filter. Um, it just, her story just didn't make sense. Whereas Johnny came with, his witnesses, he came with pictures, receipts, and she had none of that. And all she had was her word and her vibrant storytelling. And I don't, I'm not buying it. I'm sorry, I'm not. And, everybody that, in my personal life, online is different. Online, I've found people, but in my personal life, so many people are so upset with me for taking this stance, because they say that it's a threat to women everywhere. Well, here's what I think, guys, and I stand by this 100%. Um, I went into this. I saw the evidence presented in a court of law. Both parties were able to exclude. It was a whole. Everybody went through the whole process: the depositions, the suppression of, all of that. I went into it and I heard both sides of the story. I saw what both parties were presenting. I saw the evidence. After all was said and done, it was very clear to me that Johnny should win this suit. And for media outlets like like the Rolling Stone magazine to say that a lot of everybody's upset about this, justice wasn't served. I disagree. What I would be outraged by is if another person who watched that same trial and saw the same evidence as I did voted for Amber because they were afraid to go against the believe all women narrative. Um, that would be a miscarriage of justice. That would. I feel that justice has been served because we can't just, put people in a bubble and say that they're right just because they're a marginalized group, or something that stands for something politically or socially. Wrong is wrong, and facts are facts, and justice was carried out, and it was found to be that Johnny's favor. End of story. Um, just because somebody's a woman does not mean that they can't be abusive. It doesn't work like that. So if we were to say that we have to believe all women and not give men a chance to say anything about their abuse, like, that's wrong. That's wrong. I'm sorry, it's wrong. Um, do I does it make me? Do I think that women have I think the Rolling Stone said men win again. And sure, I guess I can see it that way as well. But justice is justice. If somebody wrongs you, no political or social movement should get in the way of them getting justice for what's right and against somebody who's wronged them. That's not fair, um, at all. And I'm not going to support mainstream media telling me how I'm supposed to think and feel about that when, the reality is that just use your brain. Use your brain. The jury did exactly what a jury is supposed to do. That's what the jury system is in place for. And I don't understand what the problem is. I really don't. Justice was served. Um, and I think it's bullshit. I think it's bullshit that people get special treatment. Um, or it's just, I'm sorry. I don't think that it always happens like that, but society makes people feel, and that's what causes this divide amongst people too, is the media pushing this narrative, because half the time it's not even that marginalized group that's saying those things. It's the media, and then people get mad at that marginalized group saying that they're pushed. It's fucked up. And I am a woman, so yes, I'm a woman. I am a survivor. I I have gone through quite a bit of trauma, actually. I've gone through some severe childhood trauma in my adulthood. Um, I don't want to go into it on here. It's not something that I talk about publicly, but I've, uh, you know, uh, the whole trial was very triggering to me. And when I was identifying and kind of like, I don't know if it's projecting or whatever, or like Amber reminded me a lot of abusers, of an abuser. I'm sorry, there's no way around it. So that's how I think of that. But what I'm trying to say is that I get the point of, like, if a woman's swinging at you, like, do I think that a man has the right to defend himself? Of course I do. Of course I do. Like, but I don't. What I don't want to see is men take that as men like Glenn using that as to fuel their. You guys know what I'm trying to say. I'm having a hard time talking. My throat's getting really sore again. I just, I do think he has an issue with women. I think he's very angry at women, and I see a lot of those qualities in him. And the stuff that I saw was just ridiculous. I don't think it, necessarily was. It was just bizarre, honestly. The behavior I saw was just bizarre and just weird and creepy and just yikes. Like, dude, like, I've seen a couple people lately that have, you know, and that's the other thing. If you've come on here and you're like under the influence, like, don't tell me that what I didn't see. I saw what I saw, and I saw some things that, like I said, we're gonna talk about at a later point. Miss me with that shit. I heard everything with my own ears. I saw all of the no, 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 no. Um, like, I'm sorry, that really does suck. Like, if I was to have a bad night, I honestly, guys, like, I don't think I've gotten drunk, and I couldn't even tell you the last time that I've gotten drunk. Um, it's been a while. It's been quite some time. Um, but back in my younger years, my early 20s, I I could party with the best of them. It's all about party like a rock star, and I certainly did. And there were certainly nights where had I hit that go live button, if that was a thing back then, good lord, would I have been embarrassed? But just because I didn't remember what happened the next day doesn't mean other people don't. You're like, I just stop with that. Like yeah, yikes, yikes. I think a lot of people in this community like to say that they don't, they're sober, they don't have a problem with things, when for those of us who do have substance abuse issues, like, we see it for what it is, and I see it for what it is. And YouTube is, somebody said something. Oh fuck, what was it? I forget who said it. somebody I don't like, so that narrows it down. But um, said something on here about, I forget what it was. I forget, but there's a lot of people here that really can't claim. Uh, I don't know. I don't know. A lot of people. Let's just put it this way: a lot of people that like to preach about sobriety, about other people. I'm sorry, other people's sobriety, or a substance abuse journey or recovery or whatever, um, are people that probably shouldn't be talking about it at all. Um, and I know that for a fact. A fact. Um, so I'm not sure what that's about. I really don't know. I just think it's hilarious that now Dorothy is talking about Kelly getting like fake degrees or whatever. I'm like, really, Dorothy? Like, she's still on with that recovery coach shit. Um, yeah, I'm calling bullshit on that, and she's still talking about that, guys. Like, I clicked on her videos a few times while I was sick, and every single time, either Ariana, whatever, I don't know what the fuck. Something's wrong with that lady. Like, geez, like I seek help, please. Like, your obsession with me is really strange. I'm flattered, but seek help. Um, every time there's like a bee emoji, with like a snake next to it or some shit from her, uh, or 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 Dorothy is ranting about what medications I take, which prove it. You want to say I'm lying? Like, I really don't know why you. It's so stupid. Like, I'm not even gonna argue with you anymore about why would I lie about something like that? That's not something I want to come on here and talk about. Like, she says that she always has receipts for everything that she knows. I have clips of her saying some stupid fucking shit. Um, she says she always bring. Well, where are your receipts? You don't have any fucking receipts either. You want to say other people don't bring receipts? Where are your fucking receipts? You don't have any because you're full of shit. And you fucking lie about everything and everyone. And you speak as if it's fact, and then you like, oh my god, I wish I had saved this and like put it as like a clip on here of her saying what she said. I'm like, dude, like I know for a fact, like, oh my god, I don't even care if people want us. If you don't want to believe that I take the medication, like I don't really fucking care if you believe me or not. Like it's not your business anyway. But you know, certainly, not something that I'm gonna argue with the likes of Dorothy over. Um, I could say the same about her because anybody who has any experience with um, the medication that I take, um, they would know that you know what I said to her, the dosages and the frequency. That's not at all uncommon. Um, but that just shows how much she knows about it, I guess, because I don't know. Anybody who's actually used it would knows exactly what I'm talking about. Um, I don't have to explain myself to anybody or anywhere or anything. I just don't care. I don't care. I've let YouTube get to me in ways that I should not have let YouTube get to me. I've cared about things on it too much. It's stupid. And for what? A bunch of people that, just want to get in my head and they just want to make me feel like I can't trust anybody, or that people don't like me and all of that. Like, fuck that. I don't care anymore. I'm not tiptoeing. I'm not walking on eggshells anymore. I'm gonna fucking tell it how it is. And if you don't like it, I don't know what to tell you. You know, am I wrong sometimes? Yeah, but I'll own it when I'm wrong. I'll own it. But there are a lot of things that I hear with my own ears, and I don't want to hear anybody fucking tell me that I don't hear and see what I do. Because my reality, I know what I see, um, and that's just how it's gonna be. I don't want people to feel that I don't appreciate them, though, and it's really it's a small few that are doing this, but it, it's a group that I'm getting um, increasingly frustrated with because the hypocrisy and just the reasons behind it. It's so stupid. It's so stupid. And I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. And it's funny that I like, I don't really care if people that I support or that I defend like me or not. If the truth is that, they don't really like me and that they're going to sabotage me or whatever, so be it. I don't really care. Like, go for it. All right, go for it. I don't believe that that's the case, but, if it is, then so be it. But, I don't like people that, let me figure things out myself. I don't need people to warn me about things. I don't need that. Like, I just don't need it. And I certainly don't need people telling me that they're disappointed in me for defending what's right, in my opinion, and how I see things. Because I'm not going to change my stance on it. Especially when now, I want to make it very clear. People are like, "Well, you don't. Did you see that they did? The person you're defending did this, 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 and this." And I see those things. Yeah, yeah, I do. I see those things. I'm not blind. I'm not completely ignorant and unaware of things. I see it very much. Do I, like I said, do I condone absolutely everything everybody? No, I don't. I think some things that people do are fucked up. Yeah, I do. Um, have I always agreed with everything that Granny's watching has done? No, I don't. I think I would not have handled things in certain ways. That's just human nature. It's whatever. Um, but none of y'all are any better. None of you are any better than anybody else here. So why are you coming at me and telling me that like I'm morally corrupt and that I'm all when you like get real. None of us are morally clean. Okay, none of us, myself included. None of us. So kindly sit down and stop with that. Because if you guys can't see that, then that just shows that you're ignorant. Not me. I can see things for what they are. I'll own my mistakes. I'll own what I do wrong, and I'll apologize if I feel that I need to. I'm not above that. But I'm also not going to justify and explain everything to people that support people that are, you know, who they are and sneaky and talk shit all day long on their channels, all day long about other people. But it's okay because it's about somebody that you don't like. So that's okay, right? All right. Okay. All right. I see how it is. Um, but I don't judge you for that. I don't judge you for that. I don't care who you support. I really don't. Um, all I care about is that, if you support me, I'm my own person. If you support me and you like what I do and you like my personality, I'd love to have you here. I really don't care who you support. Um, but apparently other people care very deeply about, who I support and whatever. And, I'm just going to be quite honest with you. I don't care. I don't care. Um, I can't. I can't make all of you happy. I'm going to try to make as many people happy as I can, but I am who I am, and I'm not apologizing for it at all. So that's where I'm kind of at. My throat hurts pretty bad right now, and I do need to get off of here for now. But I also want to reiterate that please email me. It is bplus44@gmail.com if you would like to send Johnny Depp a postcard. I will send you the information that you need to know about that to you, and it will be in a timely manner because, like I said, my boss would like to have all of these to him by the end of June, and it's going to another country. So I don't, yeah, because I believe he's seeing Johnny in the beginning of July. So, like I said, he will be delivering these postcards directly to him. It is part of a marketing thing. And Johnny will be going through them on, I believe, a live or a video or something like that. So if you'd like your postcard to be a part of that, um, drop me an email. I will try to get back to you as soon as possible. If there's any delay, it's because I was told I can't do it, but I'm still going to give it out. I don't really care. But just please be respectful with the info that I send you. The last thing that I want associated with me is anybody using this as a way to harass anybody. Um, so like serious inquiries only, um, or harass the information I'm going to be giving you. Okay, like I'm trusting people with this. call me crazy, but I want Johnny to know that he has support. And I know that there's a lot of people that have connected with this case and with him and the stuff that he's done to, and people seem to forget that, I don't know if anybody's familiar with the West Memphis 3 case, but Johnny Depp was really active in trying to get justice in that whole process for them. Um, he is very much about truth and justice in his personal life, from what I have seen um, and heard. So, um, I know a lot of people have connected with him on a variety of different ways and levels. So, if anybody would like to send him a postcard, like I said, it has to be a postcard. It can be a postcard of whatever you want. Like it could be a naked person for all I care. I don't think there's any limit. You could put a big thing of your face on it too. I don't think it matters, but it has to be a postcard. Um, and we should probably get those out fairly soon. But yeah, it's the beginning of June, so I'm not really worried about it. I don't think postcards take that long to get there. Um, but like I said, it's a kind of a need to know basis. So, um, and when I send you the address that you'll be able to fact check it. I'm not making this up. This isn't me making shit up, or you'll be able to fact check it for yourself. I'm not lying about it. Just like I said, be respectful of the information because I don't want to cause any issues. Um, and yeah, I need to double check on a few. Because I don't want to break any rules that would jeopardize my employment. But I don't think that's what I'm doing. So I wouldn't share this otherwise. Um, because I'm pretty sure this is something that's going to be made public at some point because it is a marketing thing. But as of right now, it's not public. So you're hearing it here first. Um, but because it is in another country, I wasn't sure if it, even when it is made public, I didn't know if the campaign would make it over here. And if I want to give you guys the opportunity. So if I can make that happen for you, then I will. Um, so yes, that is my degree of separation. So my boss has Johnny Depp as a client as well. I am on the marketing team for a different band. I do not do work for Hollywood Vampires. I want to make that very clear. I am not in any way associated or affiliated with them. Um, that is not the team that I am on. I am on a team for another band. Um, but yes, I promise you it all makes sense. I have to be cryptic about it. But yeah, I'm gonna get off of here. I gotta get some stuff done. So I hope that people, give me a chance. I'll be back on here full swing soon. Um, I have been quite sick, and now my throat's hurting real bad. I'm exhausted, but I hope everybody has a great night. And you guys know I appreciate each and every one of you. I appreciate any support that I get. This has been my support network for myself lately. Dealing with some stuff that I've been dealing with in my personal life. I appreciate all the kind messages and comments and support and encouraging messages and comments. I more than you guys know. It makes me smile. It gives me something to look forward to. Um, and I know it's like I said, maybe it sounds kind of sad that kind of validation means so much to me, but at this point, with what I'm going through right now personally, um, it means everything to me, and it makes the difference between me having just being hopelessly depressed and putting a smile on my face. So thank you guys so very much. I can't thank you enough. Um, and I will see you guys very, very soon. Have a great night, guys.